Hello, friends. You may think what is told here is imagination or a fairy tale, but these are reality itself. Have you ever considered that what you think is real might only be a scene shown to you? The world you see, the matter you touch, even the thing you call me. What if all of it operates in an intermediate layer? What if the life you live is not absolute truth itself, but only an image allowed to you, as much as it is permitted? While modern science today discusses the possibility of simulation, asks questions like what consciousness is, whether reality can be coded, whether the universe is a stage. Someone that most people either do not know or choose to ignore had already asked these questions 800 years ago. And not with mathematics or anything like that, with existence itself. That name, Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, and he said, "What you call reality is not independent of imagination," and he gave this imagination a name that was not ordinary, a dangerous, deeply mysterious name, the reality of imagination. Here, even if only for a brief moment, one should stop. Because this expression is never innocent. The reality of imagination was not a Sufi book to be read and passed over. It was not a text to underline and place on dusty shelves. This work was the kind that would shake the ground a person believes to be real. Ibn Arabi does not see imagination as an escape. He does not see it as delusion. He placed imagination at the very center of existence, at its heart. And this is exactly where what needs attention begins. The imagination here is not a dream. This was the thin, invisible, and dangerous veil between existence and non-existence. And what was the interesting part? Here it was. The interesting part is that the text we are talking about today did not resemble any of Ibn Arabi's known books. Not Futuhat, not Fusus. This work emerged from the gathering of texts that had remained hidden for centuries, unread, even unknown to exist. So what we are reading here were fragments extracted from a lost corpus. The important point we need to know is this. According to sources, the number of works written by Ibn Arabi is known to exceed 2,000. The sad but real fact is that what we have today is only a small portion of this corpus. So what happened to the rest? Where are they? Or in whose possession? Were they lost? This is where the matter becomes shrouded in darkness. Because most of these works were not destroyed. They were simply withdrawn. Some of their names are known. Their subjects are known. Even the cities where they were written are recorded. But the texts themselves are nowhere to be found. Could this be a coincidence? It was never a coincidence. Even during his lifetime, Ibn Arabi faced severe reactions. He was declared a heretic, his words were distorted, his books were even burned. For this reason, some of his students deliberately withdrew certain texts from circulation. It is not for those who are unqualified to read, they said. And it is exactly here that a name enters the picture. The name that gave life to this work. Who? That name was William Chittick. Chittick was not a translator. He was not merely a compiler. He was a decoder. Because Ibn Arabi does not write openly. He does not speak to everyone. He knows what truth turns into when it falls into the wrong hands. Chittick spent years in Iran, in Tehran, Qom, and Mashhad. In libraries, not everyone could enter. And what was strange about these libraries was this. Not every book listed in the catalog was on the shelf, and not every book on the shelf was accessible. There were texts, but they were not given. They could be seen, but not read. And there were especially those kept under lock, forbidden, filled with mystery. They were treatises on imagination, barzakh, and form. It is impossible for this to be a coincidence, because these texts were saying this. What you think is real is not as certain as you think. Here, Ibn Arabi makes a sentence that sends a chill through a person. What you call reality is a form of imagination. We think the table is real. We think the dream is imagination. We think death is the end. We think the world is certain. Yet according to Ibn Arabi, the world itself is also imagination. But not an empty imagination, a divine imagination, the way God makes himself visible. There is one of the least spoken yet most critical areas in Sufism, the realm of imagination. This was neither the world nor the afterlife, neither heaven nor hell. It was a place in between, Souls take form here, meanings take shape here, the unseen becomes visible here. And the most disturbing statement was this. According to Ibn Arabi, even now, we are in the realm of imagination. This thought was disturbing, because it shattered the sense of control. If the world is imagination, there is no certainty. If there is no certainty, the ego collapses. That is why this work was dangerous. It dismantles the mind that says, I know. It breaks memorized truths. Ibn Arabi speaks clearly and says, truth is one, but it does not appear in a single form. Because of this sentence, he was either excessively exalted or declared a heretic. There was no middle ground. According to Ibn Arabi, imagination was not a mistake. It was exactly what was meant to be. If there were no imagination, God could not be known. Existence could not appear. Names could not manifest. Imagination was the bridge between the infinite and the finite. If a person does not recognize this bridge, they become a captive of imagination. If they recognize it, they pass through imagination, but do not surrender to it. And now we come to the most critical question. If the world is imagination, what is awakening? According to Ibn Arabi, death was not awakening. Awakening was realization. If a person realizes they are in imagination, imagination cannot control them. If they do not realize it, they become its captive. This text does not comfort, it does not console, it is not a fairy tale. But what it does is this. It removes a person from being what they think they are, and the real question takes form. If the world is imagination, what is awakening? And Ibn Arabi answers this question like this. Awakening is not death. Awakening is realization. This is not an ending. This is exactly the threshold of the door. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, I would be very happy. If you have anything related to the topic that you want to share, or any questions on your mind, please do not hesitate to write them in the comments. Hoping to see you in the next video. Stay on Mysterious Train, because the journey is just beginning.